All right, our next module here that we're going to cover is the surveillance. You have two NVRs on the property, one for the amenity spaces and one for the building entries. I will send you the remote links for those as well as login IDs via separate email. One thing that you will need to note is each one will have its own IP address, so you'll have to log into them independently. So we'll go ahead and log in here. And also, because Google Chrome and other browsers have kind of blocked the video functionality, we have to use Internet Explorer when accessing the video feeds. Oop. Help if I remembered my password. There we go. All right, so now we're just going to go over some basics of the functionality here. So you see here, here's all of your amenity cameras loaded up. If you want to go full screen on one, just go ahead and double click it, and it'll go into full screen. You will notice that all cameras on the property are 360-degree cameras. We can zoom in on the cameras, and you would do that by clicking, highlighting the magnifying glass, and then click your mouse here and just draw a box of where you want to zoom into, and there we are, we're zoomed in. To go ahead and exit out of that, just hit the icon again. These buttons here are if you're looking at the surveillance system when something is happening. You can always capture an image or record these images to the PC you're accessing it from, so that always comes in handy. If you want to listen to what's going on in that area during the time, you can hit the audio on. That'll turn on an audio feed. If you want to speak through the camera, you can start a two-way audio stream to the camera as well. So this comes in handy for some of the exterior cameras. If you've got somebody outside that you don't necessarily want to go and talk to for safety reasons, you can do that through the camera and just let them know to vacate the premises, or you'll contact the authorities. So that comes in really handy. Down at the bottom here is another handy function for just kind of searching video. You can drag this bar back and it'll automatically take the video feed to that area. You can also change this. You can do a 24-hour block. All of the green is going to be any kind of motion that the camera picked up. The blue is going to be continuous recording. So the cameras are recording 24/7, 365. So we should get about 20 to 30 days out of the cameras depending. So now what we're going to do is we'll go ahead and we can change the view on the cameras as well by hitting 16, 9, 4. We'll go back and show you 9, 1. You can also sequence the camera, so it'll just cycle through all of the cameras on the live feed. Or you can do the preview mode of 1 plus 5. It'll be one large one with 5 smaller ones. Just like that. And same thing for 1 plus 7. Now, if you want to search video for an event that maybe happened yesterday, we're going to go ahead and click search. We'll select the cameras that we want to search for during that time period. Say we want the leasing area. You know what, let's filter it by a motion event. You could pick the start time. We'll go 2 p.m. This is actually going to be on 24 hours, so you'll actually have to go to 1400. And then we want to go yesterday to 1420. We'll click OK, and we'll search. So now what that'll do is that'll tell you all of the motion events that happened during that 20-minute block of time. If you double click on it, it will actually bring up that block of time so you can see what's going on. Oh, there I am going in to talk to Tim there. So All right, so that's pretty basic there. Any kind of reviewing, you'll see here that this bar filtered for that time frame, and it'll do that for all of the cameras that you have on this view. So if you want to go full screen, you just hit that button there, and to escape out of it, just hit the escape key. All right, if you want to download video, which is another thing that you'll definitely end up doing at some point, what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and select the camera, select the time that you want to download, and then click download. And it gives you a percentage downloaded and lets you know that it's all done. So one thing you're going to want to do is when accessing this, we're going to go ahead and go to settings menu. We'll just kind of run through some of these. The configure this computer tab is important when you're exporting videos, you know, or the snapshots or anything like that. What this is going to do is it's going to give you the option to save recorded videos versus exported videos to different file folders. So you're going to want to run through this the first time you access the surveillance on your computer, just so you know where it's sending the files. You can also select the resolution, you know, the image format, any of that kind of stuff. System settings, I don't want you changing anything in there. We don't really need to do anything in there at all. Reboot device, we won't need to do anything like that. Just in case you do, there's the function for that. Security, we don't need to do anything there. Camera management, again, you guys won't do anything with that. That's all just for configuration. You know, if you know, something happens, we want to add a camera, this is where we would do that from. User management, this is where you would add additional login IDs for new staff, or you know, replace anyone that has left, because you don't want anybody that's, you know, no longer with the property to be able to access. So you know, if somebody leaves on good terms or otherwise, you want to make sure that you go ahead and delete their access and then add the new employees. Basic network settings, again, don't really want you doing anything in there. Same thing with advanced, we don't need to do anything with that. Audio video, we really don't need you in there doing anything with that. This comes in handy on the image, because what we can do is we can privacy mask certain areas. So say we didn't want the manager's office, what we would do is we would enable the privacy mask, and we'd draw an area over the manager's office and block that out. That kind of comes in handy when, you know, some of our courtyard cameras, they may, you know, catch some of the patios and that kind of stuff. So you know, if residents, you know, want you to show them that it's blocked out, you can go ahead and do that and block that out and, you know, show them that it's done. Events, you really won't need to change anything here. This is just kind of, you could set up certain motion areas, you know, motion event 1, motion event 2, that kind of thing. And what you do is just select the areas that you wanted the motion on and go from there. So smart motion, this camera doesn't affect that one. Storage schedule, again, we have all the cameras on continuous recording, so the only reason we would change that is if we weren't getting the capacity that you guys want out of the NVRs, we can either A, add more storage, or B, change the storage schedule. So maybe, you know, during the day when people are there, when the staff is there, we can have it on motion-based recording only, and then after hours we can have it recording on a continuous loop. So those are all you know, things that we can manage as, you know, as time goes on. Hard drive capacity, again, you guys won't need to do anything here, don't need you doing anything in here. And then again, advanced settings, this is only if we were setting up schedules for recording or not recording or anything like that. So that's pretty much what we have going here. And again, I will send you your login information and the links to access these via a separate email.